Yes.
I can't see it, okay, Mr. Paulk here. Okay. Mr. Allen at the jail?
Yes, sir.
All right, that's, all right, a few minutes. Position 2, 20V187, Chelsea Lee Williams versus Woolfolk and Williams. Mets. Lily Renee Woolfolk present. Someone see, or I can't see it around on the TV. Lily Renee Woolfolk.
Let me go down.
This lady raised her hand. You raised your hand?
No, I was speaking.
Okay.
No.
Jimmy Lee Williams. All right. Mr. Betts, do you want to take him down?
No, Your Honor.
Position 3, Lori Nicole Brantley. Okay. Is Jacob Cole Brantley present? Position 4, Esseline Latrell Sutton versus Demario Dion Sutton.
Ready, Judge, for Ms. Sutton.
Is Demario Dion Sutton here? You want to take him down?
No, sir.
Position 5, Carol Sasser versus Tisha Mary Metz and Anthony Bartow Metz. Mr. Thigpen Jr. first.
Plan is ready, Your Honor.
And this is for a temporary, obviously. And my understanding is that Anthony Bartow Metz was not served yet. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor. We tried to locate the last location is PDC and the lap hall circuit.
Okay. But Ms. Metz was served, and I know that Mr. White, you represent her. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. She's here in my office when we're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see Mr. White. Never mind, I got him over here
Do you wish to have the case reported?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Thigpen?
now. I do.
All right, Mr. White, you wish to participate? You're not required to.
No, Your Honor.
All right, does your client understand that they want to have a right to the transcript if they don't participate and take it down?
That's correct. She understands.
All right, it'll be your record, Mr. Thigpen.
Thank you.
All right, position 6, Nicole Armstrong versus Sherian Gaskin. And you're Ms. Armstrong?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Gaskin, Sherian Gaskin. I don't see her present there. Okay. All right, position 7, Connie DeLauder versus Tony King. Connie DeLauder. All right, is Tony King is present. Okay. Okay. All right, if anyone's name I've not called, you anticipate your name will be called this morning. Any add-ons that we had that didn't make the calendar? Okay. Mr. Thigpen, Megan, I know you have to be gone by, 1 o'clock. How long do you anticipate your, hearing taking?
Your Honor, I'm gonna try to literally limit this thing to, 10 minutes each with
Well,
shorter.
I expect it'll be more than 10 minutes, but but it's gonna be temporary issues only.
Yes, sir, and I would say, you know, if I could if we could be limited to 30 minutes apiece, I think I can jam all witnesses through.
I'm
Get
not,
them
yeah,
sits down.
it's gonna take as long as it takes, but, you don't anticipate it being a 4 or 5 hour knockdown drag out, in other words.
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Based on this, I don't think there's a fight, Your Honor, to be honest with you.
All right, we'll get to that, to make sure that you're out of here by 1 o'clock under any circumstance, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, some of these others, Mr. Metz on the Williams case, probably not gonna take too long.
Your Honor, less than 10 minutes, we'll finish my hearing.
All right, in the Sutton versus Sutton, Mr. Ross.
Judge, like Mr. Metz's announcement, probably less than 10 minutes since Mr. Sutton did not appear. He did log on prior to, you taking the bench, and then I saw him log off, so, and I just checked, he's still not on.
All right. Okay, I want to do, position 1 first, Tony Lamar Paulk versus Roscoe Allen, that'll be number 1. You come forward, take one of the tables. All right, if you'll get Mr. Allen. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is 20V035, Tony Lamar Paulk versus Roscoe Allen, coming on for a hearing on the petitioner's motion for extension of a stalking protective order. All right, Mr. Paulk, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right, then, Mr. Allen, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Paulk, do you have any witnesses other than yourself?
No, I do not.
Mr. Allen, do you have any witnesses other than yourself?
No, I do not.
Potentially, okay. All right, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Paulk, do you have any opening statement?
Yes, sir.
Before, you might have an opportunity to testify. Do you have an opening statement prior to testimony? You're not required to give an opening statement, but you're entitled to.
Well, one thing is that I think that both of them are gonna be parallel, so,
All right.
okay.
All right, Mr. Allen, you also have a right to give an opening statement. You're going to have a right to testify if you wish to in just a moment. But right now will be an opportunity, if you wanted to give an opening statement, for you to do so.
I don't have an open statement at all.
Okay, thanks, sir. All right, Mr. Paulk, if you'll come up and take a stand. You'll raise your right hand.
I swear affirm testimony about to give thee the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God.
I do.
Please be seated. All right, please state your name.
My name is Tony Lamar Paulk.
All right, Mr. Paulk, you have filed a motion to extend a temporary protective order, a stalking TPO related to Mr. Allen. And now's your opportunity to tell me why you filed that motion.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Basically, I'm here to ask the court to make the restraining order against Mr. Allen permanent. Over the past few months, I've heard that Mr. Allen continues to state that he's going to F. Tony Paulk up. I've also been told that Mr. Allen has stated that he had something for Tony Paulk when he's released from jail. Additionally, I have been told that Mr. Allen's conduct at the Coffee County Jail has been irrational in nature. I was even told that while incarcerated, Mr. Allen is still arguing, fussing, and fighting. With all the talk and rumors, I became very concerned about Mr. Allen's alleged comments and threats towards me and to harm me when he's released. So I decided to make an open records request of Mr. Allen's file from the Coffee County Jail. On December the 8th, 2020, Mr. Allen was in a physical altercation with another inmate. Mr. Allen's interaction with another inmate in a very controlled environment ended with him fighting. Disciplinary segregation penalty imposed was 3 days. On January 19th, 2021, Mr. Allen caused another disturbance by arguing with another inmate. The report states that Mr. Allen was asked to calm down more than once. Another sergeant overheard the argument and asked Mr. Allen to calm down. He refused to calm down. Disciplinary segregation penalty imposed was 7 days. On January 25th, 2021, an officer was sent to Mr. Allen's location because he was disgruntled about something. The officer asked Mr. Allen to calm down, and Mr. Allen called the officer, according to the report, ML. The incident was about a towel. I say again, the incident was about a towel. Disciplinary segregation penalty imposed was 7 days. In totality, I am greatly concerned for my safety. Mr. Allen's behavior continues to appear to be irrational. Even while incarcerated, Mr. Allen continues to exhibit behavior of anger and aggression towards inmates and officers. The aggression towards law enforcement while incarcerated greatly concerns me. After being disciplined, Mr. Allen continues to cause disturbances while incarcerated. Mr. Allen does not respond well to law enforcement. With the aforementioned incidents, I am confident that Mr. Allen continues to pose an immediate threat to my safety. I'm asking the court to elevate the protective order to permanent to protect me from Mr. Allen. Thank you very much.
Just a moment. All right, this temporary protective order stalking was issued some time ago. See, it was issued in January of 2020, January 21st of 2020. Since that time, has there been any, do you allege there's been any violation of the stalking TPO?
But I do have some questions about whether or not it was violated through the actions of another individual that I believe Mr. Allen is in constant contact with.
Well, my question is, he's in jail today for some reason. Did he violate, you allege that he violated the stalking TPO?
He violated that, I think, back in August.
In what manner?
I was at George Washington Carver Center addressing some citizens. Mr. Allen, while traveling south on Gaston Avenue, stopped, and I can't remember exactly what he said, but the videotape was clear about what he said. That he was going to do some type of harm to me or something like that. I don't exactly remember that. I wasn't prepared to answer that question. And at that time, I called law enforcement. Law enforcement asked for a copy of the restraining order. I gave them the restraining order, and then they went and arrested Mr. Allen.
All right, Mr. Allen, you have a right to cross-examine the witness. You don't have a right to argue with him, but you certainly have a right to ask relevant questions at this time.
Well, first of all, some of those comments that Mr. Paulk is talking about is false. Matter of fact, I'm saying so.
Okay, you're gonna have a right to testify in just a moment, and to dispute each and everything that he has said. if you choose to. But right now, procedurally, is an opportunity for you to ask questions of this witness.
Okay, well, I got a question to ask. As a matter of fact, on that first TPO, I'm saying, I don't understand, I had a witness, a matter of fact, I'm saying, on that one said I had been talking to him for 2 years at the churches, at the restaurants, and also it said that when I came down to his business, he avoided me and went home now. Now, my point on this right here is now, he said I've been talking to him for 2 years now. Now, if I was talking to him for 2 years, surely he should have been took out a one on that for the time he said it, 2 years. Also, too, the last thing on
Okay,
that
hold on,
one.
hold on. You have a question. Now's an opportunity to ask a question.
Well, I asked the question, why did he say I had been talking to him for 2 years at the restaurant, at the church? I wouldn't go to church with and all that. Never been down this place for it, come down there and he would go and go home. I'm wondering, where does this come from? That's all I want to know. Where it come from? What reason? Can you answer that? What reason?
I would say that an incident that you should remember is when your cousin or your nephew, Arian Bennett, when he had a restaurant at Paulk Plaza, the barbecue place. You got an altercation with me inside the restaurant, and your nephew asked us to leave. So we stepped outside. He escorted us outside. Then you continued your beratement of me as I was walking away. And then your nephew again asked us to go away because we were impacting his business. So we've had numerous conversations. I gave you that example primarily because you should remember that one.
Okay, well, can I rebut on that now, Judge?
Yeah, you're gonna have an opportunity to testify in just a moment. Do you have any,
Okay, that's good.
do you have any questions for Mr. Paulk?
That's falsified what you just said. That's the question I got for him.
Okay, well, that's not a question, so you'll have a right to rebut it in just a moment, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Any other questions?
No, I don't have no other question.
All right, sir, you may be seated.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Allen, now would be your opportunity to testify if you choose to.
Okay.
Do you wish to testify at this time?
Yeah, I want to clear myself up, all the falsified statements.
Okay. I do want to just inform you that you are under arrest and under indictment for aggravated stalking at this time. Obviously, you are presumed innocent of that charge. But anything that if you're sworn in here and you make a statement, anything you say can be used against you. You know that you have a lawyer right now, and you have an opportunity to discuss this with your lawyers before you testify. Do you still wish to testify here today?
I just want to clarify this falsification. That's all I want to do.
No problem. Just raise your right hand, sir.
solemnly swear affirm testimony about to give me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
State your name.
My name is Roscoe Jr.
All right, Mr. Allen, you may proceed.
Okay, first of all, the last statement he made about I came down there to my nephew who would rent his place out. When I came down was I showed him a copy of the receipts and stuff that I had done on that trailer park where I was told that about reimbursing my $42,000 for running water sewer line, and with that what he was talking about, he said that he had no problem reversing my money, and I went to court on that, and he denied me on that. It was a 3-3. He had a chance to break the tiebreaker to reverse my money because they had a policy where if you put a subdivision in the city, that the city could run the water and sewer line for you, see. Well, I found out about it, see. So that's what he talked about. It wasn't about no relying on order. It was about that right there, about reimbursing my $42,000 like for me running the water and sewer line at 50-lot subdivision. And like I said, the city they run out for it, electricity, sanitation, everything. He agreed that no problem, I had to get on the gym. So I got on the agenda and it voted 3-3, he voted against me. That's what he talking about down there at my Mexican place, where he was renting from him on the block down there. That's what he talking about. That's a fight.
Okay. Any other testimony, anything else you'd like to say?
I got to say right here too, the only reason why Mr. Paulk is up here in your office, they acknowledge him because General Municipal Association, they regulate every official in the state of Georgia by them. So, Mr. Paulk, based on the city charter which I had, till everybody think with the city, I even drew on Adam, because what he can and can't do. So I had some violations, oath to office violation, ethics violation. Also, I had already talked with General Association attorney who regulate every official in the state of Georgia. I already talked with them. Board of election in Atlanta, Georgia, I already talked with the attorney general office. The only reason I talked to him is because he was mad because I could impeach him out of office. That's all it's about right here. I have never stopped no Tony about no 2 years at no churches, at no restaurant or anything. So that's a fight. I'm saying that, but that's what it's all about, impeachment. And I can't impeach him legally and right. And I have a right to go down there when I get on the agenda. You have a right to talk long as you want me to tell them. Now, when they had city commission meeting, when they can do it all day, business, then you have only 3 minutes. You state your name and your address, all you got. But I had a right to get on the agenda, go down there. You don't get and talk long I want to. A lot of times he would let me talk for a minute. He had supposed to escort out, which was a violation. He cannot do that. The 2 things going to talk to down at that radio. He decided over the city commission meeting, he breaks down there, and that's it by bringing orders. So he has no authority. All the stuff he's saying is falsified. That's a fight. General Association, I have talked with General Association attorney over the elected official in the state of the regulate every elected official. I talked with the attorney general office and over to go to Atlanta. So the 2 things I told him in the meeting, I can impeach him, pay out $210,000 in Superior Court, and bring my charges. The next is I can recall him. You gotta have 15% of the right info to recall him. He's mad, but I can impeach him out of office. That's all it's about.
Is there anything else?
No, I got nothing else to say, Judge. Thank you. Well, man, I got one more thing, sir.
Yes.
That's on my mind. If you don't mind, I got one more thing to say.
Okay, I'll listen.
Okay. As a matter of fact, a lot of those disciplinary from the courthouse, from the jailhouse here.
Yeah.
I got a copy of all that, and those not fighting neither. I got a copy every time, I got a copy of everything he just said for Paulk back for at the jailhouse. I ain't talking to nobody, all that. I don't know where you get this from. But it's a falsified story, that's all it is. That's a fight. I still got something else I can say. I got one more thing to say too, Judge.
Okay,
You don't mind?
I don't mind.
Also, there is a law called Vessel lawsuit. That's what I can file on Mr. Paulk. I can sue him, because you cannot take a one on anybody without probable cause. He has no probable cause to do what he done. So I have the right to take a lawsuit out against the mayor called a Vessel lawsuit. That was a fight. I got some more laws too, you want them?
Okay, based upon the evidence adduced at the hearing, the court finds by a preponderance of the evidence that the petitioner has made out his case for extension of the temporary protective order, and the court has made it a permanent protective order, effective as of today. I do want to clear up one thing while we're on the record. Mr. Allen, it has been stated in that you're being held on a civil case. This is a civil case. You're not being held in jail on a civil case. That would be impossible. You're being held in jail because of a warrant which was taken for aggravated stalking on July 21st, 2020 by a law enforcement officer. As you know, you had a hearing on your motion for bond back in August of last year before a different Superior Court judge, and that was denied. As you're aware, you were indicted by a grand jury of this county, and that indictment was opened on December 9th, 2020 for aggravated stalking. You've had a subsequent bond hearing in front of me on December 17th, 2020. So you're being held on the charge of aggravated stalking, not on any type of a civil case. Now, having said that, you're still in jail, and you know, we're at a time right now where the Supreme Court of Georgia has stayed any type of a jury trial. You know, I'm concerned, obviously, that you're in jail, and right now I can't give you a jury trial. My understanding is that the Supreme Court of Georgia will be soon lifting the stay on jury trials, and we'll be able to start processing these cases. And obviously your case will be one of the cases at the very top of the docket, because you know, you either have to have a trial or a bond, one or the other. So understand that as it relates to your criminal case, and that's not what we're here for today, but while I have you here, I did want to explain to you that we are going to work quickly to try to afford you your right to a trial by jury as soon as possible. Okay, with those comments, that's the order of the court. All right, if you want to stay in the courtroom, the clerk will make a copy and get it to you, okay? Thank you. Good luck to you, Mr. Allen.